Our HSN card. What it does, it allows you to really, I think, expand your shopping with us. And here's one great example. We have items that can be quite expensive, and we will offer no interest VIP financing. There's not a credit card in the world who will do that because they make money on the interest every month, but we do. If you get our cards, you can find out all the details. All right, you ready for this? Here's what I love, Beth. Stencils have made one of the biggest comebacks.
Agreed.
That I've seen, because we had stencils back in the day.
Agreed.
You know, way back when.
Yeah.
And now I think they're actually more popular than ever.
Because it's such a huge impact for such a small investment, and it doesn't take up a ton of space in your craft room. I mean, I can bundle these all up. Thin. You're getting, I don't understand how Diamond Press does this, but you're getting a set of 18 for $27.95. That's $1.50 per stencil. So I was doing some stencil research online. Out in the world, you pay $6 or $7 or $8 per stencil out in the market, and it's very specific, and they're usually not this large, but you're getting this incredible, if we could just pan the table and we can show you all these patterns, because what I love is sometimes we have like geometric patterns and then we have floral patterns. This is a little bit of everything. So it's got these beautiful geometrics, it's got these retro florals that go with the set we had earlier today. It's got this beautiful, I think that this is like a coral that would be beautiful for that sea we just had on. It's got animal prints, it's got butterflies, it's got flowers, it's got leaves, it's got a sun, it's got this damask pattern. It's got all of these different patterns. So if you're someone that's just getting into stencils, this gives you a little bit of everything. If you're somebody that's like, you know what, I've got a ton of florals, but I don't have a ton of geometrics, this gives you a little bit of everything. It's like a sampler platter of stencils, if you will. And it takes a plain sheet of cardstock and makes it into something amazing. And I think because, I'm just gonna show you some finished projects and I'm gonna show you how to do it. I talk a lot about beginning crafters because I think we appeal to our advanced crafters. You all know all the things and you're geniuses, as we've seen with the ladies next door. But if you're a beginning crafter, these are techniques that you can be like, you know what, this is too complicated for me. I don't know how I'm going to do it. Stencils let you do it, and they make it so easy. So you're just taking.
Now guys, notice the background here. That's what you want to really kind of look at. Yeah. Look how gorgeous that is.
So this one was done with glitter paste, which I'm going to show you in a little bit. This was done with embossing ink.
You could use inks, right?
This was done with just regular inks. But look at, so this would be a cute card if it was just a white background or if it was like a light green background. But you add the pattern and it just takes it to a whole new level. And by the way, we all know how much pattern paper costs out in the world. This is cardstock that you've got at home that you run through your printer. So it's using stuff you've already got, or it's using those little scraps of cardstock. This is using like a metallic foil. I mean, look at the shimmer on that. So let me show everybody how it works. I mean, look at how fun that is. Okay, let me show everybody how it works. This is one of the easiest ways to do it. I'll set this down here. You can use chalks, and you can do layering, and you can do inks, and you can do a lot of fun stuff. I just want to show you paste, because we've got a lot of glitter paste today. But this is the easiest way, especially for new crafters. So I'm just going to take myself a little scoopy scoop of the glitter paste, and I'm just going to, I've got a card that I already inked once with the stencil. So that's one way we've already used
one of them.
I already used the stencil. It's the one I have. Oh,
it's the same one.
I just taped it down. So then I'm going to take my glitter and I'm just going to start spreading it, sort of like makeup or sort of like peanut butter or just spreading it. But look at how beautifully it's coming through the cracks. And again, this is not like a right or wrong. You know, if I accidentally missed a spot, nobody's going to be like, well, Beth, that looks whatever. It's meant to be fun, and it's meant to be something you just, you know, cool and easy to do. So I'm just taking my little scraper. I'm not going to make you guys watch me do the whole thing. But just in a few seconds, I'll set this down right here. And by the way, the beauty of Diamond Press glitter paste is you just can wipe off the excess so there's no waste. So I'll just stick that over here. I just take this and I peel it off.
That's awesome.
Look at how fun this is. Look at that shimmer. And then you just add a sentiment to it. And this is what you're creating in just a few minutes. And this started as a plain sheet of white cardstock. You can get glitter cardstock for $3 and $4 a sheet, 12 by 12. You're making your own with stuff you've already got at home. If you've picked up glitter paste here, if you've got, another thing I love about the stencils is we love to buy collections of things, you know, oh, the glitter paste, or I bought the chalks, or I bought these ink pads. But then you get them home and you're like, you know what, I'm not a stamper, maybe I'm not gonna use my ink pads, or I don't know what to do with my chalks. Stencils is always the answer. Always go to stencils, always give it a try, because they're easy to wash off. You can never do it wrong. So if you do it on a plain piece of white cardstock and you don't love it, you just wipe this off, and get another piece of cardstock and do it again. So this is a great way to try new techniques. It's a great way to try new stuff that you've bought. It's a great way to zhuzh up the projects you're working on. But to get all of these different patterns in one bundle instead of like, here are 6 florals, and here are 6 geometrics, and here are 6 for $1.50.
I love the
a
mix.
stencil.
Yeah.
It's absolutely amazing, and it just makes the most beautiful projects. And it's so
I want to
easy
mention
use.
the airbrush that's coming up will work with these. Now you're going to get stencils with it,
yes.
but I would, if you're going to grab that airbrush, this is going to be like your dream come true. And I love this too. If you've got inks, I have a million ink pads. Just using inks on these in an ombre pattern is so gorgeous. If you've got the paste, which maybe you're like, I don't know what to do with the paste. I got it in one of your Diamond Press kits.
Absolutely.
And you're like, oh, I tried it. You're going to grab it, and then the paste will become one of your favorite things in the whole wide world. I love the idea of actually doing even foiling through it. Can you imagine too if you want to do embossing? So you run your embossing ink through it and then emboss after you put the embossing powder on.
That would be so good.
How amazing would that be?
But one of the things I think is so cool, to your point, is this is one of those things that grows with you. So if you're new and you're like, okay, I just want to try one color chalking, great. I just want to try one color glitter place, great. But as you become more advanced, you can do these beautiful ombre effects because you already know the technique.
Wait, check this out, you guys, because this is one of my favorites.
Isn't that so fun? So you learn how to do this, and again, you're just using plain white pieces of cardstock and the stuff you've already got at home, ink or glitter paste or chalk.
And by the way, we have the daubers coming up, so you actually can use the daubers
can do all the things
that are coming up to make that effect.
It's just so much fun.
It's
so, but look at this. I mean, look at this with the rainbow pattern. How could you get this? And it adds just this little bit of texture. This has some of the glitter paste on it. Adds a little bit of texture, a pop of color. This is a plain piece of white cardstock that you've already got at home, and you're turning it into something magical for $1.50 a stencil.
But to your point,
that's what I think is amazing.
How often do you say, well, maybe I don't have a lot of papers. Now, for me, I hoard paper. But for a lot
you're
of people,
exactly
especially
right.
if they're beginners, you don't need a ton of paper. If you've got a nice white cardstock and you've got some inks or some paste or whatever, you're going to create so many different backgrounds without having to buy another single piece of crafting paper in your life.
Yes, and to your point, like this last card I just held up, you and I talk a lot about, this would cost $6 at a store. All day, every day. And you're using the products you've already got at home with paper you've already got at home.
And give me the dimension on this too, because I love the size. It's not teeny.
I want to say, is it 6 by 9?
I don't know officially, because believe it or not, it's not on my
I feel
card.
like it might be 6 by 9.
I think they are 6 by 9, and I like it because you can do really big projects as opposed to little teeny stencils where you got to repeat it 8,000 times.
Well, and the great thing with stencils is like you can line the pattern up next to you. So if you want to do a 12 by 12 piece of paper, you do this, and then you just move it over, line the pattern up, move it over. So you can do bigger projects, you can do smaller projects.
Slimline will work with this too.
$1.50 a stencil. That is unheard of.
That's so true.
It's
All right.
so good.
So we got a lot of things going on because it is indeed Customer Appreciation Month, including our mystery